Holy mother of all that is holy, it looks like we may be getting somewhere. Oh, they left music on for us, that's nice of them. At least they gave us some music in the background. How you all doing, chat? Welcome to the English version of the stream. Brought to you by myself, Hindu man Mustela, Boo, and of course, alongside me, if he's still awake, he may have fallen asleep, the solo laner for Titan, Ataraxia.
Hey buddy, how you doing?
He's still alive!
I'm still alive, still awake. Got some coffee, good to go.
I did not get coffee. I should have got coffee. I did not think about coffee. Damn it.
So you hyped? Hyped for the finals, AFK, INTZ?
Hyped for the finals. Did you notice during the break that we saw Zapman with a Weekend t-shirt on?
I did, yeah. It was,
that means one of two things, right? You realise that?
Is he gonna jungle?
It's either they are the same person or they're in a relationship. It's obvious.
Oh, because of the sharing the tea. Okay.
Yeah, Brazil's. I think Zapman shared a room with Weekend, shared a bed with Weekend last night, and accidentally put the wrong t-shirt on.
Maybe this trip has brought them closer together in more ways than one.
Maybe we're gonna see the beginnings of a newfound relationship, boys and girls. What we're waiting for here is the beginning of AFK versus INTZ. The two teams are going to be up against each other. It is a best of 5 today. And the winner will walk away with about $8,000, I believe. That's what will be happening.
A lot of money.
Some cash. Some poquito changeo is the best way I can explain it. So, we're currently waiting for this. You can actually see DM, Latin American DM on the left, and Latin American bot on the right. Just chilling, waiting with their analytical expertise of how they believe this game's going to go. Now, for those who don't know today, I'm just going to bring this up on the stream for you so you can actually see what I'm talking about. This is the teams that were all involved in this tournament today, and it's INTZ that are going to make it through to the final to face off against AFK. INTZ were formerly known as Wheel of Bacon, if you remember them from the World Championships. They played off against... They used to be Wheel of Bacon. They managed to get themselves through to the 5th position at the World Championships, and now they're back again after defeating Isurus from Latin America in the final earlier today. And now they get to play AFK Gaming for that prize pool. So, not a bad day's work for them so far, but they didn't look unstoppable, did they, Ataraxia?
No, they had their weak points. I would have actually said that Isurus looked like the stronger team.
I kind of agree, personally, from what I saw, I kind of agree with that.
Game 3 was a breath of life, though. They really came out in that one, and it was a bit more one-sided, I guess. Well, but the other two, definitely in the other team's favour.
Just so you all understand, if you didn't see the games earlier on today, we did see, like I said, the game between INTZ and, wrong one, and Isurus there on your screen. You can see them, the Latin American team. Isurus were a fantastic team. They're kind of fresh and new. They were cast as the underdogs, but they put a beating down onto INTZ both game 1 and 2. Game 1, though, they threw. I'll be honest, they threw with the Phoenix, and INTZ went down the middle lane, ended the game. And then game 2, they didn't make the mistake again. Game 3, though, we saw like INTZ be what they are known for. Like, they're actually an established team, so that's what we're going to be seeing here in the finals. What do we know about INTZ so far? Well, we know about the Geb player, Plebe. Is it Plebe? P-Bay. P-Bay, yes. P-Bay did pretty well for himself on the Geb games we saw. His Ares game was okay. I didn't feel like maybe he did do better than Ares than I could give him credit for. What do you think?
Yeah, he was a bit of a sleeper in that one. I'm sure he definitely did a lot, but it wasn't the flashy plays that we saw from the Geb. It's hard to see, how much is this chain doing, because I think the Cabra Khan was the main initiator. So we kind of see Ares in the back doing his stuff, but he's not the highlight,
Cabra Khan?
Cabra Khan.
Why do we call him Cabra Khan?
I have, it's the same thing as Ancile.
Okay, that means somebody who says that...
Cabrakan.
I was reading earlier that someone's happy with the way you pronounce Cabra Khan, but it sounds more like Kumba Khan. I was like, okay. It's too close. So yeah, we're waiting for the game to start. These guys are analysing and sorting out the ties at the same time while they're live on air. Fidgety, I know that feeling. You sat there and you're trying to wait for the games to begin. We saw the AFK boys all sat down. The breaks between games, guys, for these as well. It is a best of 5. I'm not 100% certain how long the break between games is. Now, the earlier games, there was a bit of a break of about 20 to 30 minutes between each game. So be aware. We may be in for a long one. We've only been streaming 6 hours so far. So a couple more hours to go. It's not going to be too bad. Ataraxia is slowly going to die his death and realise this casting thing isn't all that it's cracked up to be.
This was a mistake.
Yep, this was a mistake. Just like switching
No,
to solo
honestly,
lane, right?
I've had a great time. Thank you for having me on.
No, it was worthwhile bringing you on. It's been entertaining. A breath of fresh British air. It's nice to have somebody else who's English for a change.
I'm English?
And European for a change.
Is this, are we just ignoring the Welsh thing?
You're only Welsh.
Are we getting past that?
You're only Welsh when you do something wrong, right?
Okay.
When you're touching those sheep, that's when, you're Welsh. But when you do things right, you're English. We know that. That's how we do it.
Is that wrong, though, touching the sheep? Do we call that wrong?
Anyway, on to what we're waiting for today is the best of 5 still. Hopefully they're starting soon. There's no sound on this broadcast, I don't believe. Nope, we got the sound of silence, as you can see. Why no Allied? I'm not sure why Allied hasn't come, but I do know they've got Zatman in his place. So Zatman it's gonna be more of like I feel like a double threat coming out from AFK with Zatman in one lane and Cyclone in the other. Like, what would you suggest to do, as INTZ up against this today, Ataraxia?
I would try to out-cyclone Cyclone. So I think their best hope is to pick... When he picks something random, you pick something even randomer. And it will... By Cyclone's logic, it will work out.
Well, the guy who plays the solo lane was having a bit of trouble today. He was called King Troll, I believe his name was.
Yes.
Troll King? I'm pretty sure people
Ullr Troll translates to the King Troll.
The
apparently.
King Troll, however, are no passport for Allied. That's the issue. Allied can't buy an alarm clock, can't get a passport. GG, well played, Allied. So they did actually take along Zatman, and he's going to be in there in the place. So you suggest out Cyclone in Cyclone?
Yeah, I think the things to do is pick something random in solo, something more random than what Cyclone does, and then in dual lane, just stand at your tier 2 and Zatman will come to you. Doesn't matter what's in the way, he will come to you, and then you kill him.
But then, like I was about to say about the Troll King, he basically struggled a little bit, but his favourite go-to god is Vamana. And Cyclone should be used to dealing with Vamanas, like he has to deal with Omega and the rest of NA, who quite happily play tanks against him.
Yeah, I think he will have a very good grasp on the counter matchups. Maybe we've seen Cyclone play Sobek into Vamana recently, so maybe that's what we'll see, some more Sobek out.
Somebody in chat telling me it's not INTZ, it's INTZ. But if you expect me to say INTZ really, really quickly over and over again while casting, nope, we're going to short that down to INTZ. We all know what it means. Let's go INTZ. Yay. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen here. What is that tie he's got? I didn't even know this about. Is that a Simpsons tie?
That is a Simpsons tie. Yeah, you can see Marge's hair, I think.
Yeah, I think I said Marge's hair. It's all the Simpsons in a pool by the looks of it.
I guess so.
This is the levels of commentary we're at right now, because we're stalling for time, as they're stalling for time, because we don't know what time we have left until we go live. They do, we don't. So we're just gonna hang around and wait.
Do you feel like he's trying to imitate you with the bow ties, but in Thai version?
Maybe.
Is that a compliment?
Well, it's the biggest form of flattery, is to imitate somebody. So that's why I cast the way I do. I'm imitating me, I guess. So still waiting around. Hopefully it's going to begin soon. It should be ready. We'll probably see our good man APC in his lovely suit ready for some interviews again. I want to see him.
So that's been the highlight of my day.
Been.
He is. He dresses up well, APC.
He does scrub up when he wants to. When he needs to, he scrubs up well. So, talk to me about you while we're sat here, William. How's Titan doing at the moment?
Titan's doing pretty good. I believe we're 8-2 at the moment in the Pro League. We dropped 2 games to Trig, which we don't talk about because they weren't great games.
Yeah, what
Trig
happened
played great, we did not.
What happened there?
It just seemed like something wasn't clicking, It didn't come together like it usually does. It wasn't the performance we were used to. And since then we took a step back, we kind of reinvented ourselves internally and really approached it with a new slate, and it seems to have worked out against Epsilon.
I apologize for you guys at home as well. We're just as waiting patiently as you guys are. It has been an hour, I understand, because I've been sat in this chair making sure the stream doesn't go down for you all. So relax, don't do it. When you're gonna go do it, we'll still be here. Just relax. But yeah, you didn't play very well. Let's be honest.
I mean, that is what we do. It seems that the Titan brand across all games seems to be that we're inconsistent. We have our moments when we shine and we're the best, and then we disappoint everyone.
That happens to us all. That happens to us all. Sometimes you're the best caster, then the next week you're on Reddit being called bad names, and you cry a little bit, and then you go back to Challengers Cup, and everyone's good for a few more weeks.
I miss the Challengers Cup.
I miss the Challengers Cup too. It's been a few weeks since I've done it right now. I'm getting the nervous edge. But Simpson DM is currently talking to the camera right now. I thought, by the look of his eye, I thought he was going to pass it over and hand it over to the other people, but it doesn't look like that's what he's going to do. Or maybe he is.
Maybe it's an Adonis moment again, like they're saying, and now we'll cut to this, and then Brazilian Adonis is not delivering, as per usual.
Brazilian Adonis, Latin American Adonis, always causing issues. Just like the real Adonis, the American version. Will this start? It will start when it starts, boys and girls. That's when it's going to start. Be patient. Have faith. You'll get to see your faithful AFK team in action. The boys of Incon, Weaken, Kiki, ever so cheeky, Cyclone Spinnerino, and finally the substitute at the last minute of the game, Zapuman.
Are there any choice gods you'd like to see in this game? Any, personal favourites on one of the players?
I would like to see something really, really strange. Like, what would be really strange nowadays?
I feel like Cyclone has done all the strange things, like Wukong and.
I'd like to see a Bash Brothers composition in duo lane. Let's go with that. Like
Bash Brothers?
Yeah, like Hercules Ymir.
The double mace face.
Just smash him in the face, double mace face. But then I don't think we'll see Zapman play Hercules or Ymir. That's just not his. You can't really dive as easily with them, you know.
Yeah.
Loki AD carry from Zapman. No. For anyone who doesn't know about Zapman's Loki AD carry, I saw it have a terrible time in the Challengers Cup when he met an Odin at level 2 and 3 and 4. And then they get at 5, and yeah, it wasn't the best game from Zapu Manu, that one. I'm sure you hardcore eager fans will remember that too, as we did cast that. God, this is boring. I agree, Venom 433, but hey, go with the flow. We're patiently waiting. Be patient. Well, they're doing a good job of filling. We're really struggling here, and they're doing a great job.
Well, we don't know. We can't hear them.
I predict it. They look really calm and collected. So
yeah, I think it's easier to hold a conversation in person, and they've got all these flashy things around them, and we're kind of just watching them.
There's plenty to
I guess we can talk about them.
What else can we talk about them about? I like the chairs. The chairs look comfy.
They do look comfy. Yeah, they're very.
They're the orange.
Like new age.
Oh, coin toss!
Quite comfy.
Coin toss! Ingon, punch him in the face! Ingon, kill him! He just looks like a killer, murdering Ingon. We will toss the coin. I don't even know what it is. Is it pesos over there? I'm guessing it's pesos. Oh, would you like to be first pick or first battle? Because I don't care. I'm just going to dumpster these kids. You see, you can see him saying it in the background there. I don't care. What do you mean, hey, Kiki, we don't care. Sounds just like the man Weekend does in real life. They won the coin toss. So already AFK off to a flying start in this game.
That's a good question. Do you know where the Zapman was at Worlds thing came from? I'm not aware of where it came from.
Where who came from?
The whole Zapman was at Worlds.
I don't know where it came from, but it's hilarious. My mic sounds bad quality. Apologies for that. There's not a whole lot I can do about it. Handle it. This is not my usual sort of microphone setup. We're doing what we can to bring you the Brazilian Masters right now. They won coin toss, so let's see what they what would you choose if you won the coin toss, Atraxia?
Probably second pick. Keep Pretty Prime happy. Pretty Prime's happy, then the game's gonna go well.
Why would Prime be happy about being second pick?
Because you get to the lane first. The second pick is quicker for the mid laner. So
So if Prime's not happy, do you generally lose more?
Yeah, I mean, Prime is kind of like the a man of few words.
But emotion.
He's very upbeat. He's never down, but he can get extra happy, and when he's extra happy, you know, you get some more ums from him and stuff like that, and that kind of it carries the team forward. So
I see. So is that why you lost 2-0 to Trick then?
yeah, just not enough ums. He was in good spirits, but not flying spirits.
He wasn't flying spirits. The worst kind of spirits to be in. Yep, it's true. They couldn't risk Allied oversleeping, so they brought Zapman in instead. They would rather have a tower diving crazy lunatic than somebody that might sleep in bed for an extra 5 to 10 hours. But here we go.
Time com bastante tradição no NA, jogadores bastante antigos.
A traditional
North
American team.
Contra eles no NA também, então conhecemos o estilo deles. Bem agressivo
They
no
know
early,
their style.
A gente estudou, também treinou isso, contra isso, e a gente
Studying and training.
E
Good,
boa
good.
Torcida, esperamos ganhar.
Alright, short and
That's
sweet.
a nice shout to the crowd as well. I can appreciate that.
Short and sweet. Gave him some credit. Turned around and said, I'm not really scared. Okay. Let's see how it works then.
Not traditional, I would say they're. No, I don't think they're particularly traditional.
Alright.
They do a lot of crazy stuff, like Fenrir mid, and they did that speed buff invade a few times.
Well, they've been around for a while now, so they have had the opportunity to be like watched and studied well by this team. So they've got Zapman on though. Zapman's a different kettle of fish. You know, he's not the traditional Allied that they normally have in this role. They're going to have a little bit more. Allied's more reserved and very, very safe to an extent. Where the opposite thing is, we're probably going to see Zapman be a little bit more aggressive. It's
how is Incon going to deal with this? Is he just going to be following Zapman all the time, trying to keep him out of trouble, or is he going to be right there with him, looking for fights?
But Incon's a murderer as well, right? He likes to go around killing people. So
that's true.
Are they going to get into arguments about who's going to get the kill? Because generally, Allied's like, Incon, just take him, it's fine. I won't get the last hit anyway. But Zapman will be like, what the hell? That's my kill. Maybe we'll see Zapman go even more ham because he doesn't get the kill.
That could very well be true.
It could be the danger zone for these two teams. We tune in with the INTZ or INTZ boys, as I'm going to call him. Aimless is the mid laner there. Nan plays the jungle. We've seen him on some Hun Batz and some Thor today. And a little bit of Sirke, if I remember correctly. Also, Oritroll is going to be playing that duo lane. Sorry, that solo lane for Mana. He's supposed to be the game hunter of Latin America, is what people have called him. P-Bay is the duo lane support. He played Ares in his last game. Very good Geb player as well. And finally, we're going to see QE3Q, one of the most notoriously known players from Latin America, played a lot in the North American scene, and his favourite god there was Anhur. He may have looked a little strange because obviously a little bit different in spelling, boys, when it's not in English.
I quite like Isurus though. It's got a nice, it rolls off the tongue well.
It's a cross between Anubis and Anhur, so it's gonna it's like, oh,
Isurus.
What are they saying?
Sao Paulo.
Seems like
that. Here we go.
Team. Nan is considered an all-star player down here, and I'm very excited to be able to go against him.
Really
what's wrong with Cyclone's hair?
Because they have
it keeps moving.
Players in Brazil.
Cyclone, your hair keeps moving.
Last year, and he was talking a little smack on Twitter, but I think I can take him maybe. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to the matchup, and I hope it's a good game.
Very polite, that man.
I've been friends with Aimless for about 3 or 4 years. His name was Smooth76 back then. He used to play really well, but that was with like 250 ping. So now
these are respectful. They're respectful. Okay, we can say something. Really bet they don't let we can speak. I bet you they don't let we can speak.
I'm happy to play against him in the finals.
I'm almost shocked.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't let him.
I'm almost shocked they didn't let him speak. Hey, Pitch Chat was unhappy to not be able to hear everybody congratulate each other for being good players. I'm sorry, boys. I wasn't sure you were really that interested in really hearing Zapman be very polite, saying maybe I can beat him. There was no BM there. It was very depressing.
I could see it. He really wanted to.
I know. It was like we don't
better
wreck these kids. Gonna wreck these kids. Like what it would have said. The Cyclone's like, Like, okay, well, here we go. That's Kiki. He's kind of cheeky sometimes. But when you've got Incom behind you, the man mountain, the beast of the beasts, you don't really need to worry about being so cheeky as well as Cyclone Spin. The man that just plays a random god every single game and somehow wins. And then finally, the BM Master Giant of the Jolly Green variety, Weaken himself. And rounding it off is the super substitute, the man that has an alarm clock and turned up on time today, Zapu Manu. There's your team. We get to see them in action up against INTZ, also known as INTZ, for the purposes of the Faster Cast. We're waiting. We're ready. Is your body ready?
I am ready, yes. I'm pretty hyped. I think we're going to see some crazy stuff, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be... I think INTZ are going to try to do a traditional game, and I think AFK are going to do something crazy, and it's... Is it crazy enough? Can they adapt to it? Is it too crazy that they just... It's rubbish, or will they pull it off?
We'll see. We'll see. Because these analysts are still going strong about what they think about AFK gaming. AFK did win the most recent LAN between North America and EU. And if anyone remembers that one, North America clean swept pretty much. Only really Fnatic put up any sort of performance, but still didn't make finals. Yay. And a good performance from AFK. You actually saw them beat TSM for the first time this season as well. So, big step up. Chris, got a really good question for you, Ataxia. How are you casting if you're playing in the SPL right now?
Are we playing in the SPL right now?
Mind blown. Mind blown. Are you sharing accounts?
No.
You better not be.
With my older brother's Indian. Wait,
Your
what?
older brother's Indian. No, you can't do that. He's in a different team. He's in a different team. Oh, wait. Chris, I was saying you work. You're on London Conspiracy.
Well, obviously.
Don't worry, guys. It will start soon, relatively, so to speak. We only had an hour of downtime, and then a few more minutes of waiting around for the analysts to finish their work. Bart's tie seems to have a few issues here. Keeps correcting it now and again.
So these guys were the casters last time, so do you think it's going to be a full swap?
It must be a full swap. It must be a different set. So they switch the analysts around with the casters. It's like, oh, here we go. That's it. Here we go. Let's have a listen to APC.
Me and APC doing pra fazer, cara, dia cheio de partidas. INTZ aqui. INTZ que se mostrou hoje, por enquanto, o grande campeão do dia. E ele vai jogar o que contra os nossos desafiantes da AFK. So like it's my boys, INTZ boys, against like your challengers.
I mean,
yeah.
they had a long, tough road to get here, you know? They had a couple bumps in the road, lost a couple games, you know? But the challengers, you call them, are my boys. And they're the ones that have been playing quite a long time. They've played them, or they've seen them before, but let's see how they actually play with them live. Here in Sao Paulo. This is going to be awesome. We have a best of 5 ahead of us. There's a lot of hopes for INTZ to take a couple games off them, but I think it's a little far-fetched. I think this needs to be pulled over here a little bit, you know?
Então, o que ele falou é basicamente o seguinte. Ele acha que os nossos meninos têm muito potencial.
So now what's happening here is he's going to translate and say what APC said, but he's going to change the word and be like, APC basically said he expects to lose because he's North American and Brazil is the greatest country in the world. Just like this trophy's going to come home. That's what I'd be saying. And APC would be like, yep, nodding, like, yep, that's what I said. Not realising he just got behind the back. I would do that. I'd abuse it.
Being bamboozled right now. I like that word, bamboozled.
Bamboozled.
Expect it to come out a few more times tonight.
Oh, exciting. That guy sounds like Maniac. Nan sounds like Maniac.
Já gastou o último dano, forçou alguma purificação, alguma coisa? Agora ele vai barra, vai ser pego de repente. Consegue parar, a Bíblia está perseguindo, eles querem matar.
A little bit foggy on the screen right now, boys and girls. I apologise for the fog incident that you can see there.
Vai conseguir matar o Titã pra cima tentando defender, mas ele não tem que defender isso aqui não, porque não vai conseguir. Enquanto o parede no meio do caminho consegue parar de novo o Yuki, mostra mais uma purificação. O último Q3 que é gasto e o Titã cai. Vitória da INTZ.
Move the mouse. Sorry for leaving the mouse on, boys. I apologise. It's a little bit foggy, guys. I'm sorry. Somebody didn't see the no smoking sign at the moment. Oh my god, Zapman's an AFK shirt! Confirmed! Lost the switch! There we go.
Eu fico animado só de ver isso, só de ver esse recap todo. Cara, as partidas de hoje já foram sensacionais. Então a gente já tá vendo aqui o pessoal. Eu vou assim, ó. Eu vou dizer um pouco do que eu acho. O que eu gostaria de ver. I want to see Beeb as Athena.
As Athena?
As Athena.
Okay.
I want to see Nun as Surcat because I love Surcat and he's like
Okay.
awesome with Surcat. And obviously I want to see Hatro with Vamana.
I know.
I think he's awesome with Vamana.
I know. You've been talking about it all week. And,
I know.
But I don't think he's going to get Athena. Incon over there loves his Athena. And he dominates with it. So give Athena to him. You better watch out for that.
I don't think he'll ever get Athena.
I like this,
I've
the
seen it
smack
Ullr
talk
yet.
between
I'd like to
these
see
two
it
now.
Yeah, I'm liking the smack talk too. I'm just sat here watching it myself. Like, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I guess they
I've seen
gave
some
up on having
weird
the players
things going
there,
on in
so they
North
thought they'd do it
America.
themselves.
See two hunters being
Well.
a new meta. So I want to see what Brazil can do.
They're the
against
hype
something
guys
like
now.
that. So let's see, like maybe a Zapman
See,
and a Cyclone Spin hunter.
I was trying the EU thing, but it doesn't really work out because EU just fails. So I just have to hold that now. Thanks, EU. Now it's
Needs
Brazil's
to-
turn to feel it.
Need to maintain your faith and do. EU will come back. Our time will come.
What, 2020? When Smite
2015.
2 comes
year
out?
of the
Smite 2
EU.
confirmed. Smite 2 confirmed.
Oh,
Yep.
is that really what's going on?
Yeah. A gente vai fazer os picks e bans aqui. Então vamos ver o que a gente pode esperar.
So if you're just tuning in, this is game 1 between AFK and INTZ. Alongside me casting this
Zapman
will be
looks really
Ataraxia.
nervous.
We'll be trying to bring you the action from what we can get for the time being.
Incon's trying to calm him down right now. And Huey's just bored. He's just like,
Incon is up,
"Whatever, it's
like,
another day.
I don't know how this is going to work. They're both murderers. I'm really worried.
It's either going to work very, very well, or suddenly they're at the Phoenix 5 minutes into the game.
That's quite possible. 2-minute Gold Fury, 3 minutes Zapman death.
I think
First
Janus is
blood.
one of those picks that you can never go
Oh
wrong.
yeah, you said
He's
that
powerful.
Zapman was going to
He has
get the
mobility.
first
He's a
blood.
global alt. He can
First
bring
blood
the
is,
team across
right?
the map.
Yeah, I think Zapman will go
I think
first
that's a
blooded.
pick that really helped
Let's
him win
go.
that last game.
It
Zapman
wouldn't, be
get
a,
first blooded. Are you sticking to that?
it wouldn't be a proper game if Zapman doesn't get first blooded, would it?
That's it. There's
No, you're right.
He was the first player to die from AFK in Brazil
now. Let's get the other guys.
in the scrims. He was the first person to die.
Então, por agora,
So now
fica por
tournaments
aqui.
as well.
Eu quero muito
Gotta be
acompanhar.
the thing, right?
As well.
Parece sensacional o que vai acontecer aqui. Então, vai com você.
Oh, are we going to go pick some bands now? Please? My poor voice. Oh, casters!
Obrigado, Ori.
He's got a bow tie! Thief! Thief! Why do
I
they see
mean-
him a bow tie all the time? These other countries.
It's never as fancy though. It's not
Gandhi
not
stole
as good as
him.
yours.
The Chinese Hindu man stole him, and now I've got to deal with this guy.
What, did Gandhi steal it?
Gandhi stole one of my bow ties at Worlds. The thieves, man. The thieves. I'm just turning this down a little bit, guys. Just got to adjust it a little bit. The bow tie thieves. Latin do man. I can do with that. Latin do man.
Platin do man.
Latin do man. Latin do man. That's a nice name. It's a nice name. Brazil man. That also works. So, we're currently waiting for them to start there, get themselves warmed up, excited for the game. Yes, we do that behind the caster desk normally. We make sure we normally hide that on stream though, boys. You don't want the viewers at home to see that because then they'll make GIFs out of it and then you're going to have real bad issues on the internet. You'll learn though! You'll learn going forward. Always don't show your emotions until the picks and ban screen comes up, and there is the picks and ban screen. INTZ will be first pick. AFK Gaming did win the coin toss, so they were allowed to go first or second. They chose second, and you were saying, Ataraxia, that it's a good place to go.
It's the place of preference, I think, for most teams. You get that slight map advantage, and I think the way the meta is right now, you get a bit of a draft advantage as well.
A bit of a draft advantage. Well, first picks and bans coming out. INTZ are going to ban Bologna. They're respecting, that's for Weekend more than anything else. They're respecting Weekend in the jungle on that. You may be banned away as well. That seems to be banned away consistently against INTZ through all the games we've actually seen so far today.
Yeah, I think it is just a massive respect thing to Nan, who is, I guess, infamous for his Amir jungle.
He must be. So Cat taken away as well, so they don't want to give Weaken that one. So both shots from INTZ at Weaken, and a Hercules ban finally. Is that... I don't know if that's actually a shot at the solo laner, the Troll King? No, is it... I keep on the Troll King. It is Troll King, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I feel like maybe it's a tactical ban because Cyclone really wants to play something and he gets countered by Hercules.
That's true. I mean, he may just want to fight and not have that safer option. Isis gets locked in for Kiki, ever so cheeky. And the next pick is going to be Sylvanus for Incontinentia. Not a surprise there.
I thought we were going to see something more irregular by now. But
did you not expect to see them go for standard first game just to feel them out and play it safe? They don't want to.
I thought it'd be a crazy first game, and then
did you expect that?
Yeah. It's AFK, that's what they do.
It is what they do. Well, let's see what Cyclone Spin picks up at the end, first of all. That's what we'll do there. But at the moment, it's over to INTZ. They're going to go that Anhur once again. QE3Q seems to have fallen in love with this god. We've seen it pick it first pick whenever they've had a chance to, but they left it for second here and chose Athena over that and pick up Agni as well. So a safe mid laner, good matchup against Isis.
Yeah, it's actually a very good pick against Isis because he has an easy time getting her out of the Wind Gust. So once you get past level 5, the bomb's done. It's pretty hard to miss on an Isis doing a Wind Gust, and he's considered a pretty strong counter in the mid lane.
Well, it looks like Zapu Manu is actually going to go with Ullr this game. More than likely going to be taking that into the dual lane. It could, though, be to Cyclone spinning the solo. We'll see what actually gets picked up here towards the end of the draft from AFK Gaming. Bands coming through. We see AFK took away Thanatos. A nice back over to INTZ to take away Nemesis from Weaken. So once again, more shots at Weaken.
Yeah, these are the 3 bans targeted at Weaken. That's they're really focused on the jungle here, which is odd because they've not picked their own jungler yet.
Yeah, and
usually
Hombass
you lay on the bans after you've secured your own.
Hombass is available. What else would you look to here potentially? I mean, I'm really feeling the Hombass would be a really easy pickup for Weaken in this situation. He plays it quite a lot already.
Yeah, Humbats would go very well with Isis and Sylvanus. Definitely a strong pick.
There is also Bastet available as well. I mean, they could look for that sort of option as well, but nothing really that squishy. They could chase it. It is going to be the Hombats, though, for AFK Gaming finally locked in. And it's obviously INTZ for their last 2 picks. I mean, Bastet's pretty good against the Chicken Lady Isis, just because of the bleed dot damage. It's hard for her to get pinned down and get away from it for the most part. But what would you pick here, Atrex? If you had the choice, what were you probably going to run at the comp with?
It's got to be, well, interesting thing is that Neath has not been picked or banned. So, as a solo laner, I would go for Neath because I'd be very scared of what Cyclone's going to play. So I just go for the safe thing that can't really lose.
Very good point, Neath. We're so used to seeing Neath picked or banned straight away, I did not even take that into consideration here.
Yeah, I think maybe a safe solo laner because the counter pick is open.
And guess what else?
And then for a jungle.
Thor as well.
So yeah, Thor would be a pretty solid.
It's so strange when you see these mad junglers getting banned and Hombats and Thor get through. It's like, well, okay, we forgot about them somehow. And finally, though, Sun Wukong being picked up as the final pick for the solo laner. Now, the last time we saw Cyclone Spin, I remember doing Sun Wukong at a LAN. He fought against Devios, and he picked Guan Yu into it, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I believe he did. And he kind of had those... Nothing really happened in lane, but then he rotated to a team fight and killed everyone.
And then he was Guan Yu. So, what are we going to see come out of Cyclone Spin? Is it going to be this Ull? Will he go for Neath, be picked up here for Zapman? Will they take Ull? Who knows? They can't really think about it. It's going to be Fenrir as the final pickup here for INTZ and AFK Gaming. Finally locked in. So Fenrir versus Sun Wukong. Pretty much a farm lane there, realistically. I don't really think there's going to be kill potential from either of them. Or do you see otherwise?
I don't think Wukong should not die, but Fenrir should get the upper hand, because what I imagine will happen is Fenrir is just going to outpoke him, he's going to do so much damage that Wukong can't stop, and then Wukong will eventually have to ult away, and then he'll lose a bit of farm. I think that's going to be the extent of it, but I think we'll see Fenrir leave the lane and go for, you know, to swing the fights. As Cyclone does, he's going to leave and win fights.
Chat is saying, though, it could be Honbat solo, which I can understand. We've seen him do it before as well on Honbat solo. Will he potentially go for it? We'll find out as they're currently loading their way into the game. So it's Athena, Thor. How do you feel about the compositions overall? Who are you favouring just off comps?
I think I have to give this one to AFK. It's a very... We have lots of circles, and they've got the damage there as well. They've got the assassin. It's difficult to break their comp. Like, if you're looking for a weak point to exploit, you know, who do you start the fight on there for Thor? And there's not a lot of options.
Well, let's find out what they can do with lots of circles. I mean, to be fair, INTZ do have a lot of circles themselves.
That's
Agni
true.
has 3. And Agni has 3. Oh, there's Smite Masters on the ground. Assuming on that, and it'll take us straight into game more than likely. Oh, good work, cameraman. Here we go. INTZ versus not Isurus Gaming. That's going to be AFK Gaming. In the top right hand corner, ignore that, don't worry. Latin American and Dallas will catch that a little bit later on, but INTZ versus AFK Gaming is on your screen right now. And already AFK got to group up as a 5-man and look for an early invader, a pick potential. Inkog going to lead the charge and maybe meet some Wukong, because if you can actually catch him here and force him to take the transformations, it could set him behind a little bit, but not going to find a pick. And some early wards come down. Nothing too exciting. Boo.
Is that man looking for the first hit of the game? The infamous, if you get the first hit, you win the game.
Is that actually confirmed? Does that actually work?
I think so, yeah.
If you get the
Well,
first
when
hit,
I was playing,
you won every game.
Yeah, pretty much. As the hunter, you always go looking for that first shot. Never for a kill. You just want to get that one shot and then you run away. And that influences the matchmaking gods, at least in ranked, to swing the game further in your favour.
So, 3 hogs for either side as well. So both the solo lanes are going to be taking that to go along with it. I mean, they don't really need it, but I guess it just helps out in the early game. And once again, we're actually going to see AFK Gaming as well doing this start back Harpy strat. Is this because they know the enemy team's doing this too?
Oh, I guess so. It seems to be the new thing. I mean, it is definitely exploitable. I guess people just aren't ready to try it yet.
Well, they're trying it in this game right now. And looking at it, it seems that the advantage definitely is to INTZ at getting to that mid lane first. So Agni is going to make it there a little bit earlier than Isis, so she's going to get the advantage on the push now.
That's very good for Agni. The thing about this start is that it does negate the side differences, at least a little bit. And Agni, he's pretty bad if he doesn't get there first, but he's very, very good if he does get there first.
And meanwhile, on the right hand side, you can see the AFK Gaming have already pushed in that wave. They're going to look to invade, but camps are already down on this side. They probably saw INTZ do this earlier and steal it with the blue. But they're going for back harpies, realise they're actually down. So that rotation from AFK Gaming doesn't get them anything, but doesn't lose them anything either.
Yeah, it's one of those, there might be something here for us to take, so we can do it. And if not, then, you know, no harm.
So let's follow around and see where the action is. Thor's going to rotate around the backside here. As whoa, we're on adventure time with the cameraman right now. He's showed us all the action at the same time. Make it with your mind, my friend. Nan on that Thor. He's well known for it. Plays it a lot. And we can on that Hombass. As you see, Cyclone's been trading off against the Troll King himself. Or a troll actually translates, but there's the aggression once again from both of them. And pretty much an even trade. I think the difference is, though, we're going to see Fenrir have the sustain.
Yeah, once his 2 starts kicking in, he does have the, do we have the same amount of potions?
Zapman's in trouble, gonna have to leap away. Actually gonna re-aggress with the axe, turn the damage back onto Nan. And with the sustain from Inkog coming out, that was a good start for them. Overall, quite surprised there that the aggression just got cancelled immediately, and a good turnaround from Zapman just to even out the trade. And everyone just resets back to farming again.
Yeah, it's a good game sense to know that, okay, they're backing off, and even though I was just at risk, I can really return this and put the pain back on him, so you can see the seasoned experience of that man there.
Let me see if I can update this for you for a little bit of a better camera situation. Well, not camera situation, but quality situation. Apologies for that. I'm doing what I can for you with this, but Zapman does fine for now. 2.5 minutes in. First mid-harpy rotation will be up. We did see AFK steal away back right harpies, though, as well, for a little bit more of an experience lead for the time being. And let's have a little look at what exactly is going to happen to these mid-harpies, because it looks like we're going to even see Zapman rotate for these two.
This is, it's a bit of a dilemma for the hunter in this situation, because you want to rotate for the camps, because it's generally good for the team to secure both. But it can be a bit of a personal loss.
Well, Zapman does get left along with Incon, so they share those. Right-hand side did go to Kiki and Weaken. So a good showing of experience from AFK Gaming there to give themselves a small lead. And see how this one can continue as, once again, Cyclone trading off with the Troll King. Losing that trade a little bit, actually, though. Ragnarok being forced. And immediately, a great response of using the Cloud comes out from the Troll King. So ult for ult. And Cyclone doesn't really come out on top in that trade.
I think it's one of those matchups we'll see kicking a lot later for Fenrir. Once he gets more points in his skills, I think Wukong will be in a bit of trouble. Before Wukong can get his big defensive item up, I think Fenrir will have a sweet spot to exploit.
Well, let's see exactly what they can do here. That's not my pointer on the screen, boys and girls. Leave me alone. My pointer's on a different screen right now. But this is what we're going to be able to see from the game. Heartseeker has been finished for Zapman now. He's already gone back to base, finished that going back. But so, across the way is QE3Q on that Anhur, has his finish too. Weaken's looking for a gank on the right-hand side here. As they know the ultimate's on cooldown from this Sun Wukong. Can he get away as the Fatal Evil comes out as well? Can he get transformation? Oh, the dunk down from Thor! Cyclone spin his first blood! And now with Athena coming into Weaken, could fall to the wayside too. Can they pick up the kill for the second? No, they will not. Weaken escapes, but Cyclone spin is the first blood for INTZ.
It felt like they just baited the bait, you know. Cyclone went in on his own into a bad engagement, so Wukong uses 3, and then Weaken was like, alright, let's go, we've got a kill here. And then Thor comes in. I don't know if they expected that to happen, but that was fantastic.
That was absolutely awesome from INTZ. They expected something, played it well, but AFK responding in tow. They steal away the red buff, going to try to steal away the purple too before reinforcements arrive. They do not get it. I believe that went to Athena, and now Incon's in trouble. Oh, the Impale may have just saved his life there from QE3Q. If it did hit the pillar, it could have potentially killed him, but the purple buff survives, and it's still 1-0 with a gold lead for INTZ.
So, Zapman was not, in fact, the first blood. It was Cyclone spin. Did anyone call that?
Well, just the gank attempt from Thor exactly the same time as Weaken came in was absolutely crazy there. Great play from them. It's a shame they don't get Weaken on that. And the Troll King survived to live to fight another day. Nobody expected Cyclone spin to be first blood. I don't think anyone would have called that. Ever. Gonna hear the cast is just underneath for the time being. Let's sit back and wait for the next mid-harpy to spawn, which will be at about 25-30 seconds time. For the moment, we can see she's the Magi finished on Kiki, so Aimless in the mid lane on the Agni. Same for Kiki, so cheeky on the Isis across the way. Weaken got his power boots finished. Warrior Tabby online. Heartseeker stacks 18 for Zapman, 19 for QE3Q at the moment between the two of them. So just on paper, INTZ are doing a little bit better on the farming stacks as well.
Yeah, they've got that, you know, about 150 gold lead. It's not massive. Maybe expect a little bit more after
aggression,
the first blood.
Forcing out the monkey ultimate. The Cloud isn't forced out onto the Troll King. He's going to have to back away from that. Good aggression from Weaken and Cyclone spin again. Nothing much to come of it though, but they can look for a gank again now because of that.
I think that's what we're going to see. I think they're going to keep trying to force his ult out. And then they have this, it's a very small and awkward time in trying to get Wukong while his ult's down, and even then it's not guaranteed. It'll be interesting to see if they decide to focus on that or not.
Well, there's a little bit of an attempt of INTZ around the golf here. They're looking for Zapman, going to find the taunt onto him. He's still got his dash available, not panicking, misses the axe though to Zapman, then he leaps away. And a good decision from Zapman not to panic too much in that situation. And that's one thing I like about Zap. He doesn't seem to panic. He just seems to know, like, okay, I'm going to fight, I'm going to die, I'm just going to fight until, you know, my life passes me by, basically.
Yeah, he seems he knows what's going to happen, and he kind of just rolls with it, and, you know, he accepts it very quickly if it's going to be bad, and he never overreacts if it's going to be good.
Well, 1-0 is INTZ. Weaken camping this left-hand lane looking for an opportunity. The sad news is the INTZ dual lane had just backed. He just got pinged out on a ward there, so Agni should know, along with Thor, that Weaken is coming middle here, and they will get away for now.
I think the solo lane might be a bit tricky for Cyclone now. He's got the gold deficit, and Wukong has got his level advantage and his reforged hammer. So it's going to be, I think he picked this trying to get a bit more aggression, and I think Wukong might get the better of it now.
Well, let's see exactly what's going to go on there, because it's still 1-0 to INTZ. Been quite slow. I expected AFK to come barreling out of the gate so far, and we've not really seen it. But when we talk about the first goal Fury here, I mean, does it feel like AFK has the advantage because of the rings more than anything?
Yeah, if they go for it, they should be... It all depends on how they use the Ice Assault. If they use the Ice Assault for the damage to detonate it,
well,
then
Thor's up.
there is
1 second. Nani's down. He's not going to find the kill onto Zapman there. Neither is the double tap going to connect. And now it's actually Nani's in trouble because he's used everything to go after Zapman. And Zapman claims a life for his own. Nan, a little bit overextended, didn't find the kill, chased, used everything, and paid the price. And now, maybe Anhur's in trouble too. Oh, the leap from QE3Q. Beads to stop the Raffaterra, but Raffaterra never arrived. They get beads for free. And the rotation from Athena, and Agni is here. In constant trouble. Desert Fury's going to burst him down. Zapman can only watch. And the tree falls to the wayside. And the Troll King over from the solo lane is already here for this Gold Fury now. Crazy fights.
Are they moving for the goal free? It would be a pretty smart decision here. They do still have the Ice Assault up.
Well, they're at the Gold Fury right now. Let's see what they're actually going to choose to do here. You can see Kiki Chicken going in with the Circle of Protection as well. Cyclone on the backside, the explosion goes off. AFK, I believe, got the Gold Fury there. Yes, they did. And they're trying to survive, but Nana's come back with a Berserker Barrage to bring down to bring down Kiki. Cyclone actually gets taken out by QE3Q. Zapman running for his life. Will go down. The pull over the wall from income was not good. Cyclone's thinking about going in one more time here. But at the moment, there's a 2-for-2 trade. And the Gold Fury actually goes to AFK. And I don't know how.
That's unfortunate. It looked like it was INTZ's fight there. They had a great gank to get them into that position. And to lose it, it's unfortunate. It's a misplay. But I still feel they should feel pretty confident about how that played out, aside from the Gold Fury. And I think we can expect some more aggression coming out of them soon.
Well, let's see what they choose to do now. I mean, Zapman did just die in that engagement. That does finish off his assy QE3Q. A little bit further behind on gold. Doesn't have enough of that just yet. So we'll see how that plays out. Cyclone Spin, though, did do work in that engagement. Picked himself up an assist and a kill as well. Chasing onto QE3Q on the backside. So, wasn't so bad for them. Pretty decent trade for them. As you can see, the gold now in AFK's advantage, even though the kills aren't.
So what are we expecting to see next then? So the Gold Fury's down, the mid camps are uncontested. Buffs are spawning, but it looks like there's going to be no invades.
Zapman on the left hand side though, going to go aggressive, looking at the Q3Q with the overhand smash and the fear no even from Wukong. Zapman finds himself another kill, and there's not a whole lot P-Bay could do actually there to help defend his teammate as QE3Q goes down again in quick succession. And that hurts when you've got the Heartseeker as well, Ataraxia. You know, when you're behind like that, what do you do?
You've got to really just look for the safe farm and try to talk to your team to let them help you out in that respect. There's no good getting zoned at this point, which could be something that could happen in the future. And he could be the target for further aggression, so it's kind of just got to look for the safe farm, build your stacks up.
Cyclone's starting to have his way with it in this lane up against the Sun Wukong now, as he has got that Jotuns online. The King Troll did actually pick up Runeforged Hammer, went for the defensive option. Cyclone gone full aggression with that Jotuns for the extra penetration too. And forcing him back to base. There's no more action from that, but Weaken's hovering mid here. No ultimate available. He's going to get hit by some bombs from Agni there. Just over the wall, letting him know, hello friend, we know you're in the area. So, should be a warning for AFK. There's a ward there.
Yeah, with the Fenrir, I think the lifesteal is really coming into play now. And it's going to be... Wukong has to be careful about how he engages, because prolonged engagements are going to go towards Fenrir. But if he just pokes and plays it safe, then he should be okay.
So we're nearly 12 minutes in. Mid-hop, he's down for about another 30 seconds. It's not a big lead for either team right now, by any stretch of the imagination. AFK don't look as clean as we've seen them before. They do have a lead still for now, though, and maybe those nervous jitters at the start. INTZ just came out the gate so strong right at the start. Do you reckon that was really important for him?
I think so. Based on the series that we saw before, they were very... early game seemed to be their weak spot, you know. So I think that the fact that they decided to come out of the gate strong and really put all their eggs in this basket, I think that's good for them as a team. It seems they thrive off the momentum.
Let's see if they can keep this momentum going, because they did great last time around. Let's see if they can keep the pressure on. Cyclone Spin having a fun time up against the Troll King here. Troll King is in a little bit of trouble over on that right hand side. He actually might have to be forced into Cloud. Yes, he is. I could see that before the camera even noticed it too. Left hand side, they're looking for the Harpies, and they're going to see AFK get those left hand Harpies at the moment. Agni's trying to contest, but I don't think he's going to give up on it. He will do as Thor drops the wall down. just defensively. Let's go, and already AFK swinging around for the right, so you can also see the battle starting to go in AFK's favour now.
Yeah, they've got a slight lead. Experience.
Oh, big play mid lane though. Kiki has to use circle protection to survive. Thor's going to take to the sky. Nan's going to look for the dunk down onto Kiki. Can Kiki jug out? But Fear No Evil comes out from Weaken on the backside, forcing them all away. Still though, Nan might be able to find Kiki so cheeky. No, he will not. Spirit Ball to the face, forcing the beads away. Cyclone leaps in, forcing the kill with the brutalize as well. Nan falls. And the boys of INTZ have to back away. Sun Wukong is here, but there's not a whole lot they can really do as AFK win the engagement, and with Golfury spawning 20, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's a poor time to lose a fight. The Golfury coming up, it should go in AFK's favour. Credits to Kiki for surviving that. He got focused very hard there, juking the Thor ult at the end and then having his team save him. That was top quality jukes.
Oh, the monitor capture is being a bit slow, so bear with me, guys. Apologies for the stream quality at the moment. Oh! No, don't do this to me. Okay, there we go. Fixed. I apologize for this. We're trying to deal with the issues. Don't worry. There you go. You can see it again. Gosh darn it. Rip stream. Rip stream. We're good. We're good. Chill. 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 It's okay. It's okay. Back in the game. You've not missed any action, though. 5-4 is AFK Gaming right now. 14.5 minutes into the game. Our gold lead is about 3,000 AFK's favour now. They're getting the pressure on for the time being. Full beats finished for Batz and Isis. Kiki so cheeky there. And you can see that actually we're going to see Cyclone Spin investing into Steel Mail next. What do you expect him to do with that, actually? Will it be like, Mystical Mail? Or...
Cyclone is a big proponent of the Midgardian Mail. And... oh, we have a fight. Well,
they wasted a lot just then to kill Pete, but I don't think they're going to get any more of it. Thor got very low. The crit from Weaken was huge there, actually forced it. And now I don't think he can really go into this. You can see Cyclone's been rotating in mid lane as the Golfury started here. There's no one to actually defend this here. Thor's gone back to base. Cyclones are out 2 in mid lane. That's going to be a free Golfury for AFK Gaming again. So they're going to get the second one on their side now.
That was a key pick on Athena. They did drop a lot on it, and it could have played badly, but they knew that Thor was there, so the risk of counter initiation was minimal. So it was very intelligent to kill the Athena, force Thor out, and then they know no one can stop them doing this Golfury. It's theirs, and they do it.
Let's see what else they can do from here, because they're trying to pressure the left-hand side here with Incon and Weaken as well. We've got Zaman waiting around the wings as well with the axe in tow, if you can find it. But I think Q3Q did the right idea then. Just use Desert Fury to clear out the full wave so they couldn't actually try anything underneath the tower.
Yeah, I think with Athena being down and Thor's ult being on cooldown, it's the right call. He's not going to need his ult anytime soon. And getting that safe farm is it's important.
A little bit of aggression once again from Nan, but he gets caught out one more time, and Nan might be another casualty of war again. The wingers can be found by Kiki so cheeky. Zap over the wall's going to dunk him, but Kiki didn't really need the help there. He brings down Nan again, who's really starting to struggle this game. 1, 3, and 2 so far. He keeps trying to make plays happen. He's slowly getting picked up, man. Needs to be careful of QE3Q here, because QE wants to fight this one by the looks of it. Ooh, that impale needed to connect. QE is very, very upset by that one. He stood still and just like, really? Really? Really?
Yeah, maybe it's getting to a little bit. I think we're seeing from Nan the same thing we saw in the first series against I forgot the team and the name, but he tried to make a lot of plays there, but he couldn't quite find the follow up, and I think we're seeing the same thing here.
So, as INTZ right now, what are you looking to do more than anything? Are you looking to just group as a 5 by this time, or are we looking to just try and continue farming, hoping AFK give us time, to catch up a little bit?
They have the opportunity to really collapse on someone unsuspectingly with the Thor and the Athena combo. So maybe looking for one pick and then fighting 5v4 could be a strategy, or just waiting until the next big objective and trying to take them in a 5v5 fight.
Well, Divine Ruin picked up. They're looking for a lot of anti-healing. All the boys of INTZ. I can see Divine Ruin on Agni as well as a Weakening Curse. Picked up by the Sun Wukong in the solo lane as well. So they want to make sure the sustain coming up from Sylvanus and I guess as well the Isis. Not going to do too much with that circle of protection. for the most part, as we just tune in with the solo lane, trading backwards and forwards again. Pull from Incon, does not connect there. He's still watching himself a little bit. He's going to get poked out for some, but here come reinforcements. Weaken once again, going straight onto Nan, forcing out the ultimate and the beads one more time. And so ultimate and beads for an ultimate every single time. I'm pretty sure we'll see AFK being very happy with that.
I love the way that AFK are handling this Thor. The biggest thing for Thor is that he can counter gank very, very well. And the fact that they keep
Blink,
going
initiation, mid lane, Incon does not find the Wrath of Terror, but what they do find is probably this tier 1 tower in the mid lane because of that. Agni did get away from that. Apologies for cutting you off, because I expected a bigger play than happened.
A play is a play, you know?
A play is a
But
play.
yeah, they forced the Thor ult, and then there goes all their aggression. All they have then is an Athena taunt, and not much damage to fall up.
Well, it's starting to get to that stage of the game right now where AFK are starting to try and run them a little bit ragged. They're looking for overly aggressive all the time here. Zapman was trading with QE3Q. A little bit overextended, but he's got Kiki in tow. The cameraman might catch in a second. Nope, he's going to be fine and just be able to back away. The taunt clearly didn't go off from Athena there, so fine for the time being. Zapman still looking for blood, though. A little bit risky as the tier 1 tower drops on the right-hand side. Zap finally does back away, changes his mind about trying to sneakily steal the... Oh, he stole the purple. Did Zapman steal that purple? Zapman stole that purple.
Zapman, he's really feeling himself. He really wants to go for 1v1 against QE. I wouldn't be surprised if he was telling the guys to leave him alone with him.
Well, he's going to get tornaded, and Zapman's going to get impaled into the wall as well, but Incon's in tow for protection. Now coming over with the wall. Double tap does connect, but he doesn't get followed up with the Berserker Barrage for now. Agni is also coming over. They seem to want Zapman and Incon. This is a 4-man rotation of it. Meanwhile, right-hand side, it looks like we may see the monkey go down eventually. No, he will not, as Cyclone's got nothing else left. Taunt onto Zapman again. Bombs rain down to Zapman's in trouble. He's trying to juke out with his abilities, use his axes to get away. He does survive. No, he doesn't, because Nan junks down. And now Incon's in trouble too. With the Defender of Olympus, Wrath of Terror onto 3. Kiki, ever so cheeky, is here with the Circle of Protection and evaporates PB in trade. A 1-for-1 that ended up being crazy.
Yeah, you can see what happens when Thor, you know, they haven't forced his ult out this time, they actually get to use it in a fight, and they get something off it. Killing the ADC, Zapman is really important. Heartseeker stat's gone, he can't farm, and QE is free to catch up.
So 8-5 now is AFK game, and the Golding is starting to accelerate his left-hand side. We can see an engagement with mid-Harpies once again. Nan's in trouble one more time, and with Fenrir coming in, one brutalize should be enough, and it is for Cyclone Spin to get himself another kill. 3-1-1 now. Nan just feels like he's on the front line the whole time trying to do what he can, but it's just not working out.
Yeah, I think he needs to just relax a bit and make sure his team's there with him. It seems like he's expecting follow-up, but there isn't some, and he's put himself in some compromising situations. Maybe just relax and rely more on his ultimate, I think.
Rely more on his ultimate. Let's see what he does. 'Cause I think every time I see him throw the hammer out, it's always Weaken turns up and immediately ults him because he's got no other escape. It's like, well, I'm going to have the beads and ult now to get away. But Gold Fury is available here. It is warded by INTZ right now, so you're going to see that we can just clear that ward out and start rotating around the back looking for QE3Q. They know about it already. You can see QE3Q immediately backing away when Athena calls it. But this does expose the Gold Fury. And there's no one really in a position to come in and defend this. Athena's going to have to come soon. Or this is just going to be free, and it looks that's going to be the case. It's going to be a free Gold Fury here. AFK take the third of the game.
They've had a few big wins in the last 3 minutes. They've got the gold free and the tier 2 on right. That's, 3,000 gold, and Fenrir has got room to rotate and be wherever he wants to be. So
You're going to see a replay of the left-hand side engagement here. So there was 4 men grouped up looking for Zapman. And Incon, they fast forwarded this a little bit for us as the taunt comes in. They go into the Impale. Actually, they don't find the Impale. Desert Fury and the stun from Agni is what they did. But Zapman did such a good job of juking out. Eventually, though, Nan was aware of that man's tactics. And then Incon with a great turnaround Wrath of Terror in all fairness. Followed by Kiki So Cheeky. And there was nothing much more that eBay could do, then he'd use everything to get in. But back to the action live. We can trade out with Aimless, forcing the Path of Flames away. And they're looking to try to siege down this tier 1 tower on the left-hand side, or a fight in the jungle is Weaken and Cyclone. Cyclone does engage onto PB, but a double taunt into a double wall forces beads on Weaken. Meanwhile, on the backside, you can see the trade-off of some Wukong as Thor gets forced to ultimate again, thanks to the fear no evil of Weaken. And now it's time for some Wukong to go aggressive, but Ragnarok gets popped and pulled away. Is the troll into the Circle of Protection, followed by the explosion of the Circle of the Protection. Kiki does find himself the kill. Good combo from skills. And AFK is starting to win these engagements back to back here at Terexia. It's going to be rough now.
that was a fantastic one, but they just really set up that Wukong to take the fall.
Oh,
It's hard
Agni.
to kill a Wukong.
Well, I was going to say Agni, QA3Q goes down. Agni barely alive with one hit. Wingo should be able to chase him down and find the kill. Making it 12-5 now. Non is back alongside P-Bay, but can they defend the Tier 1 tower? No, they can't. That falls down. Tier 2 tower now to be assaulted. I think they need to give this one up too.
Yeah, they've got some really big picks here. They can do whatever they want on the map right now. I expect them to go for the mid tower after this as well. Solidify that lead, and then look for the fire giant.
Well, purple buff is that man. He's going to go back to base. Probably a little bit of gold in hand right now. I think it was like 1500 I saw there. What's he going to finish off working on here? Well, he's got his execution to finish now, and he's also got some crit online for himself. One step away from the rage, so not too far off. And AFK, they didn't look comfortable at the start of this game. They had a bit of opposition against INTZ, but now experience is really showing through here.
Yeah, there was some hype plays from INTZ at the start, but it seems like I think they just got caught one too many times with the pants down, really, without the ultimate ready to go in, and they just need to be a bit more prepared for these engagements.
There's nothing worse than getting caught with your pants down. Wukong does have to disengage from Incon as the reinforcements were there, the route nearly connected, caused him an issue. Sentry wall coverage, happening between the teams. Obviously, everyone's using AFK wards, which I think is really cute. At 24 minutes into this one, gold lead is stretched to about 13,000 in favour of AFK. Experience-wise, we're going to tune in and see the replay of the fight onto the poor Aimless and QE3Q, who didn't know Cyclone was there. Great impale from QE3Q onto a Cyclone spin there, though. But immediately beads down, and the rest of the team just collapsed and bring it down. Zatman kind of just watched the fight then, really. He didn't actually do anything. He just had an axe. And guys, I've got an axe.
So players congregating around the fire giant next. That's going to be the next focus, I think. I'm not sure how INTZ can really stall this.
So in this situation, I mean, what would you just gonna fire Phoenixes again? Is this Titan special here?
I mean, they still got the tier 2 up. They're a bit far behind, honestly, and they do have a very, very strong team fighting AFK. I think maybe the best bet would be to... They don't want to stack up because then they get hit by everything. They need to find a way to force the circle of protection, I feel. And then after that, a fight is a big option.
Would you ever surrender in a game like this, or would you just like hope for the best?
Never surrender.
Never
Surrender ever.
Ever?
Ever. Unless it's ranked.
Have you ever surrendered before?
No, I don't think we've ever surrendered a tournament game.
Okay. I'm just going to quote that. I'm going to remember that. Everyone else will at home as well now. You've got to make sure you never surrender.
I mean, you have to remember, our
#never
first
surrender.
tournament game was C9, you know,
That's true.
Sorry, it was a C9, and then our second game was that comeback, so we've kind of got it drilled in, never surrender.
That's true. I mean, you were Arthur and Carly. That was a different story. But 25 minutes in, Aimless is under pressure. He has to dash away, but immediately that was brutal from Cyclone Spin. Fenrir, his usual. Oh, Age is going to buy him a second, but leaps on top of him to secure the kill. The reinforcements arrived from INTZ, but the reinforcements get scattered by the Fear No Evil immediately. And now there's someone going to get away. The axe from Zatman connects. No crit needed. Oh, here's Cyclone with the brutal eyes. Going to be able to chase down and find the kill. Meet into Athena and Nan as well. QE3Q going to look for the kill. Not going to find the impale. Does a Fury. Will connect with only a few of those shots, actually. Cyclone Spin survives. Zatman looking for the axe. Not going to find it. Instead, he found a taunt. As they pressure in tier 2 tower in the mid lane with Kiki. So cheeky is up. Clears the wave out in right lane. And it's just AFK now, just using the level and experience advantage to stay alive.
So it looks like Phoenixes are probably going to go down here. At least the right one for sure.
Well, this is game 1. Obviously, it's best of 5, boys and girls. You can see right Phoenix has been assaulted, as is middle. It's taken a while for them both to go through groups up as 5. They probably get him, but right one is going to stand. Middle one is also going to stand as AFK Gaming back out. They give up on both of them.
I mean, it's the safe move, you know. It's probably the right call in that situation. I think they could have pressed their luck for that. I'm surprised. I imagine Zatman was probably calling for the pressing, but backing off, maybe look to secure other things on the map.
Well, it's buying INTZ a little bit of time here. They might be able to head round for this gold fury, but that's where AFK is right now, trying to get themselves some more global gold, which you can see at the moment. It's a 14,000 experience, 20,000 experience lead right now for AFK. But INTZ, they came out to play. They put the pressure on early, but I think this is just experience more than anything. I feel, you know, from AFK, they've rallied well. Their composition's working out for them.
Yeah, I think for the rest of the series, I mean, this game is obviously not over, but for the rest of the series, INTZ could be I think they show the sign of life at the start and how they can really put the screws onto AFK. So I think we can definitely look for them to take a game in the rest of the series.
So you expect them to take a game off this? I'm going to say...
I think so. For a start like that, I think they could definitely, if they get the early aggression, which they definitely did this time, take it a bit further, they could easily take a game.
But do you think like AFK will be a bit more wiser this time round? Oh, engagement from Weekend Size is going on. They're looking for PB on the backside. Good stun actually coming out there from Aimless to actually saving. Wall over from Thor as well. He's going to look for the dunk onto 3. Oh, he's not going to find anyone as Athena dunks onto him. There's Athena, Evil Circle Protection, Wombo combo. And PB is going to be a casualty of war because of it. On the backside, there's a man in a lot of trouble. And it wasn't a man, it was a monkey man. He's going to go down. Meanwhile, QE3Q... I like what QE3Q does. He defaults to split pushing if his team's behind and tries not to team fight. He might be able to get a tier 2, but Cyclone Spin going to rotate back and defend that one as the Fire Giant's been started here by AFK and there's no one to really stop it.
I think Weekend is really, he's putting a lot of focus on the Thor. Every time he goes in or tries to go in, he's there with a Fear No Evil and he can never get anything off. He's doing a great job at denying Thor any presence in these fights whatsoever.
Yeah, he's doing it time and time again, putting on. I actually feel like he's played okay. He's just not had the opportunity to be the aggressor, apart from that very first kill of the game.
Exactly, yeah. I think more stuff from that in the future would be a good way to go.
Well, at the moment, we can see Income 1, 1, and 11. Zapman 3, 2, and 8. Weaken 2, 0, and 10. And Cyclone Spin 5, 1, and 6. Finally, Kiki 5, 1, and 6 as well. So, done a good job, Cyclone's waving to his teammates for some unknown reason. Cyclone, he's jolly
just
good
happy,
show.
you know, it's just...
I think he won the British King because he heard we were commentating this, that's why.
Ah.
Yeah, the banter was on. Well done, Zap Man. You didn't feed first blood. Good job. Good job, Zap Man. So they're going to push down the left-hand side here. Right-hand side's been pushed out by INTZ. They're also going to push down the middle. There's 3 men waiting to defend the left one with Agni just swinging around the corner there. Will we see AFK group up here on this left one? No, they're going to go for the split push option one more time. As the minions coming on the left-hand side, Cyclone going to go aggressive, go straight onto QE3Q, force the beads and the leap away. Ragnarok was actually landing there on to Aimless, forcing him out. Thor is in the sky, but who's going to dunk onto it? It is going to be on Zapman. But Zapman going to survive, and there's the Wrath of Terror coming out, making QE3Q in a world of trouble. Zapman gets the kill there. Now he's using the Axe of Doom to try and find himself. Another one is Weaken. Actually does find one. Cyclone does get Narn, but Narn did take somebody down in response as well. But the Phoenix falls, and the mid one's going to fall too.
Pretty solid stuff from AFK. I don't think anyone's disappointed with how they've been playing. This is exactly what we expect, you know. That kind of team fight, early to mid-game dominance, snowboard into a victory. I mean, textbook stuff as they take game 1.
Well, they're going to take game 1 indeed. 30 minutes into the game, AFK do take it. Not a terrible performance by INTZ. Signs of life. You expect them to be able to take a game off AFK here. Because AFK didn't look clean. They didn't look clean like they had before.
It was a bit of a rough start, you know. They gave the first blood up, and then there were some engagements which went a bit awry. I think we could definitely, if the first 5 minutes, I think they're going to be crucial, and if they can play out exactly as INTZ want them to, then they could definitely snowball that into a victory.
Well, now they generally have quite a little bit of a break at these Smite Masters Championships, so we might see a few minutes of downtime here, boys and girls. This is a best of 5. That was game 1 that went to AFK. And there's APC congratulating him, saying, "Thank God you didn't throw. You were about to embarrass me in front of all these people at home." And he goes like, "Yeah, well, I thought about it, APC, but like, all right, let's go do an interview." So we're going to see Income for an interview here with APC momentarily, and then we're going to tune in back with the casters from that game, the guy who likes to steal bow ties, and
what a villain.
And Cool Guy. We're going to call him Cool Guy and Villain. That's what we'll call him. The bow tie villain.
It's just not cool, you know? It's your thing.
I know, right? Just like they just find their own thing, like top hats or something. I don't wear top hats or monocles. You know, there's plenty of things you can use.
Monocles.
Imagine Cret with a monocle. He looks so good like that.
He could definitely pull that off.
Well, back to the other casters, the analysts for this game on that screen, guys. What we're going to do is me and Naturaxi are going to take a few moments break. I'm going to leave the stream going with a little bit of background music for you as we wait for the next game to begin. Obviously, you'll still be able to hear the audio from this as it goes on. we'll find out what's going on. But we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes time, depending on how long this game's going to take, just to freshen up and get a drink quickly before we have to bring you the next game.